everybody, and welcome here to Las Vegas Motor Speedway as we get ready for the running of the Kobalt Tools 400, race number 3 of Season 7 of the NNSCRA Snickers Cup Series. This evening we are getting ready for a 41-lap event. That's right, we've added on a few more laps onto this programmed race, and hopefully it's going to bring out a even more exciting finish than we've had in Trucks and Mobile Cup Series. And these drivers here tonight coming in with a lot to prove. A lot of drivers try to keep their consistency up from the past 2 weeks. A lot of drivers trying to get hot here and move themselves up inside the top 10 in points. And a lot of drivers trying to get their seasons turned around after very poor performances at both Daytona and Phoenix. On the pole position for this evening's race is going to be the first Audi pole sitter of Season 7. And that's going to be Noah Hart in the 47 machine. Keep in mind, the first time Noah Hart picked up the pole in an Audi, he won that event, and that was at Darlington last season. He'll start on the pole position here tonight, alongside of a former Snickers Cup Series champion out of Twinix Racing. That is Sean Henley. Jake Rogers for Penske Germain Racing lines up in the third position, alongside of him, the rookie out of Stewart Haas Racing in Dutta in the 66. Now, as far as these four where they currently run in the point standings, Noah Hart currently is 11th in the point standings, having a very good second season here with Kyotech Racing. Sean Henley currently finds himself 17th in the point standings. Jake Rogers is 22nd in points, seems fitting for the 22, and Ian Dutta is actually the best running of the top four. He is 6th in the point standings and 3rd in the rookie points. He's actually right now a total of 14 points behind rookie points leader Bob Jones. So we'll see how those four do here tonight. And I think it's time to be able to introduce to you the 42 car starting lineup for this evening's event. This race is definitely going to be a race that these drivers are going to have to rely on their pit crews if and when it comes down to it. We've only had 2 cautions this entire race weekend in the Trucks and Mobile Cup Series events combined. So these drivers may have to rely on green flag pit stops and the speediness of their pit crews to get them to victory lane. We know that Cody Lamas ended up having to rely on his pit crew and their speediness in the Mobile Cup Series event. And tonight, we may have seen as many as 2 green flag pit stops if and when it comes down to it. But here's your starting lineup for tonight's Kobalt Tools 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Starting on the pole position, as we said, the Audi of Noah Hart, and alongside of him is going to be Sean Henley. Jake Rogers and Dutta, as we mentioned, make up row number 2. Petty Enterprise is represented inside the row number 3 area, with 5th place being Richard Johnson. Johnson currently comes in 13th in points. He's kind of been one of those silent horse types, or dark horse types, I should say, here in the first 2 weeks. And alongside of him, the Daytona 500 winner and the current points leader, Charles Sanford, with yet another good qualifying run here tonight. Dougie Shears lines up his Red Bull Racing Toyota on the inside of row 4. Dougie Shears currently finds himself 29th in points, and alongside of him, another Kyotech Racing Audi of Anthony McCurry, who had a pretty good run last night in the Mobile Cup Series event. He comes in 24th in the point standings here today. Joshua Michaels gets the Red Bull Racing Toyotas both inside the top 10, as he'll start off in 9th here tonight. Michaels had a good run in the Mobile Cup Series event last night as well, and he'll come in 37th in the points here this evening. Needs another good run here tonight for the 82 team. And then Dylan Pote, another driver who really needs a good run. He comes in tied for dead last in the point standings with Dylan Schwallenberg. He'll start off in a stellar 10th place position. William Duncan lines up on the inside of row number 6. Duncan currently finds himself 4th in the point standings as he's attempting to make the second straight chase with the Roush Fenway team. And alongside of him, the rookie points leader, Bob Jones, who has had back-to-back runner-up finishes at both Daytona and Phoenix. He wants to be able to be number 1 here tonight at Las Vegas. Jessica Shelton lines up in the 13th position. Shelton currently finds herself mired in the point standings. She's currently 26th in the point stands, and alongside of her is going to be 28th in points, rookie Harrison Langford, who had another tough night last night in the Mobile Cup Series event. Jacob Lawler, another driver who had a tough time last night in the Mobile Cup Series race, comes in 15th in this race, and Lawler currently comes into this race in the point standings all the way down to the 27th position. Alongside of him, the Michael Norman Motorsports Chevy of Michael Norman. He'll roll off in the 16th position, and he is 19th in the standings coming into this evening's race. James Silverfox lines up his Kyotech Audi in 17th position, and he comes into this race currently 16th in the standings. And alongside of him, the defending Snickers Cup Series champion, Charles Jackson, who comes in 10th in the current standings. Mary Cole lines up in 19th place. Mary Cole currently 20th in the point stands, and alongside of her, Danny Wells for Tweenix Racing, who is currently 5th in the standings. Pichu London lines up his Stewart House Racing Chevrolet on the inside of row 11. London currently is 12th in the point stands, and alongside of him, rookie Megan Atkins, who's been having a pretty tough start to the season. Atkins currently, she ran well last week and moved her up to 15th in the point standings coming into this race, currently 5th in the rookie standings, so she'll try and keep that momentum going. Cody Lamas finished dead last at Phoenix last week, but he won the race in the Moldman Cup Series event here last night. He rolls off from 23rd position, comes into this race 32nd in points. We know what he can do when the pressure's on. And alongside of him is going to be last week's winner, Andrea Erickson. Comes in here 4th in the point standings, 2nd in rookie points, only 8 points back from the rookie points leader, Bob Jones. Austin LaPlante going to line up in the 25th position. LaPlante has actually been running pretty well in the last few weeks, as he is 3rd in the current points right now. And alongside of him is going to be his Hendrick Motorsports teammate, Kyle Matthews, who had good run in the trucks, good run in mobile, and looks to have a good run here in Snickers as he comes into this race, currently sitting in the 40th position in points. Lining up on the inside of row 14 is the defending race winner of this event. Drew Austin picked up his first career Snickers Cup Series win here last season. Austin comes into this race currently sitting in position 39 in the stands, and alongside of him will be Ralph Mason, the final one of the Kyotech Audi, starting all the way back in 28th place. He comes in 9th in the current standings. Cole Daly for Hendrick Motorsports going to have to work his way to the front from the 29th position as he comes in 7th in the point stands, and alongside of him, Chris Washer, who's had good runs in both the Trucks and Moldman Cup Series events here at Las Vegas. He'll roll off from 30th position, and Washer, after a good run last week at Phoenix, is now 21st in the point standings. Jace McLeod is going to line up on the inside of row 16. McLeod comes into this race 38th in points, so he really needs a good run, and so does the guy that's starting alongside of him, Kenny McCrory, 35th in the point standings coming into this evening's race. Levi McIntyre is going to line up in the 33rd position. McIntyre dead last in rookie points and 33rd in overall standings, and alongside of him, a driver who's been able to survive both at Daytona and Phoenix. Not the best of runs, but it's been enough to get him up to 18th in point standings, and that's the former Snickers Cup Series champ in John Cittadino. Jake Cole lines up in position number 35 on the inside of row 18. Jake Cole's been having a tough time starting off the season. He's 36th in points. And alongside of him, Trent Dunham. Now, Dunham came in poorly running in trucks, finished with a good run. Poorly running in mobile, finished with a good run. And he comes in 34th in points here tonight. We'll see if he can make it a trifecta of getting good runs here in the series that he's been having trouble with. Nick Barney lines up on the inside of row 19. Nick Barney, another driver that's been having a lot of hard luck in the 16 machine. 30th in the points coming into this evening's race, and alongside of him, the Tweenix Racing Chevy of Sean Galligan, who currently sits mid-pack in 25th place in the points. Dylan Schwallenberg, really been having trouble with his qualifying here at Las Vegas. He'll roll off from 39th place. He is currently tied for dead last with Dylan Poteet in the standings. Kyle Corbett lines up alongside of him. Corbett ended up having a good run the Moldman Cup Series event, and he's 8th in points coming into this evening's race. And then completing the final row is going to be the Penske Germain Ford of Dylan Young. Dylan Young currently finds himself in the 31st position in the point standings. Not exactly running that well. We'll see how he does here tonight. And alongside of him is going to be the final car in the field, rookie Joshua Collard, who currently comes into this race mid-pack in the points, 23rd in the current standings. And that's a look at your starting lineup for tonight's Kobalt Tools 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Let's go racing. Just to throw a little irony into this, the last time and the only time that Audi went to victory lane was at Darlington, and that was also a night race. So we know that Noah Hart is good on the night race tracks, and we'll see how he does here tonight, starting on the pole position once again. Can he pull off what he did in his Audi debut at Darlington and put Audi in victory lane for only the second time in their NSRA history? Green flag is out here tonight at Las Vegas. 41 laps of racing till we crown a winner. And immediately Jake Rogers gets the good run on the low side. He'll pass Sean Henley. That's for second place. Jake Rogers has been having a very difficult time here at Las Vegas in Trucks and Mobile and Cup Series action, trying to get something going here tonight in Snickers competition, as Noah Hart's going to take the top position. Battle looked like it could have been on for second. Ian Dutta got a good run on Jake Rogers out of 2, but Rogers going to keep the second position. Now it's Sean Henley side by side with Dutta for third place. Now the only difference that there is between the Darlington race that Noah Hart won and tonight's race is basically the Darlington race was a wreck fest. A lot of drivers had trouble coming off of turn 4, and Noah Hart was able to basically survive. Tonight I don't think it's really going to be a race of survival. We saw only 2 caution flags so far in both the Oreo and Mobil Cup Series races combined. It's going to come down to fuel strategy, pit strategy, who's going to have the fastest pit stop, and the lap that they decide to come in if they have to make these green flag pit stops. And so Noah Hart's going to be in a slightly different situation here tonight than he was at the Darlington races. The battle's on for a second. Good battle right there between Jake Rogers and rookie Ian Dutta. And it looks like Dutta may have the preferred line coming here into 1. As a matter of fact, he's going to clear the 22 before they even get into turn 1. So a nice pass there by the Best Buy Chevrolet. And Ian Dutta, who's 6th in the point standings, has been starting off the season really well here in his rookie season. He is currently now in the runner-up spot. There's another driver back here that we really haven't talked about all season long, and I think he really deserves a lot of credit. The third ride out of Petty Enterprises, and Richard Johnson has been doing a tremendous job here in that 93 machine. He's currently 13th in the point standings right now, having another great run here tonight at Las Vegas. And Richard Johnson last season, let's not forget, he ended up finishing up there, I think it was like one of the top 3 non-chasers in points. It was him and a couple others that really had good, strong seasons, really consistent seasons, racked up a lot of points, but did not have the benefit of getting themselves into the chase for the championship. Dougie Shears having a good run here tonight. Dougie up now in the top 5 for Red Bull Racing, and Dougie Shears comes into this race 29th in the point standings, trying to get his season turned back around. Dougie Shears was a 2-time winner last season for Roush Fenway Racing. As a matter of fact, the race weekend we're heading into next week, Altoona race weekend, which has now been changed to the Milwaukee Mile, was where Dougie Shears picked up his first win of season 6. Jump back here to 6th place, his teammate Joshua Michaels right behind him. So Red Bull having good runs here tonight with both of their cars. Joshua Michaels running the silver Red Bull scheme here this evening. Right behind him, another driver that really has been doing good in his first 2 starts of the season, William Duncan, running the Claritin colors on his number 99 tonight. Duncan 14th in the points, been very, very consistent. Trying to make his 2nd straight chase with the Roush Fenway team. He's definitely gotten off to a good start here in season 7. Sean Henley started on the outside of the front row, got caught in the high side, finally found a place in line, as he's currently in the 8th position now. Henley, the highest run of the Tweenix cars here tonight, was actually the highest qualifying one as well. Henley is 17th in the point standings. This is a good run for him tonight, as well as Henley last season, as I recall, really had a lot of trouble once the chase began. He made the chase after picking up 2 wins, but Henley really did have a difficult time as soon as the chase started. He said he wants to remain consistent all season long if he can. Right behind him, running the Cessna paint scheme tonight on his Audi, that's James Silverfox. Silverfox was up inside the top 10 in points after Daytona, had a little bit of hard luck last week at Phoenix, now trying to get himself back on track, comes in 16th in the point standings, and having a good run here tonight in that Audi. Currently inside the top 10, then completing the top 10. Behind him is actually the points leader, Charles Sanford, running the different errands scheme that Brian Vickers had for his promo car for 2014. And Sanford, you know, I've looked back through the history books, and quite honestly, I don't think I've seen a time when a defending champion actually had good runs in his first 2 starts, or not defending champion, I'm sorry, a Daytona 500 winner, I meant to say, actually had 2 good starts at Daytona and Phoenix. Usually the driver that wins the Daytona 500 ends up wrecking or DNFing the following week at Phoenix, but Sanford has not, and Sanford's actually running here good tonight as well, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, if he can get a top 10 tonight, there'll be 3 straight top 10s to start off the season. Not to mention that Daytona 500 victory he had, as there was a good battle back here between Anthony McCurry and Jessica Shelton. Dylan Poteet trying to join the fray there as well. That's a battle going on for the 11th position. Currently, McCurry holds it. Actually, 3 of the Audis are doing really well here tonight inside the top 11. Let's find out where the other one is. Where is Ralph Mason? There he is, back in the 26th position right now. Mason is actually the highest running of the Kyotech Audis in the point standings, 9th in points. So he's got to get something going here. Now we saw Sanford. Bob Jones is actually not too far behind. Comes in only 1 point behind Charles Sanford in the standings. There he is in the 15th position. Michael Norman starting to run him down here, as they're both trying to catch up here to Harrison Langford. But Bob Jones having a good run. The only trouble is with Sanford running in 10th place. Right now the gap has now moved to 6 points that Sanford enjoys over Bob Jones. Let's jump back, try and find out where last week's winner, Andrea Erickson, is currently running. There she is, 23rd position in the Juicy Fruit Chevrolet. Really made huge strides in both the rookie points and the overall standings with her win last week at Phoenix. Moved her up to the 4th position in points, and actually right behind her is 3rd in points, Austin LaPlante, in the 24th position. Another driver we haven't talked about yet, that's up inside the top 5 in points, is Danny Wells. Where's he running? There he is, up in 18th, right behind the Jacob Lawler machine. And Charles Jackson, the defending champ, not too far behind as well. Jackson's actually gotten off to a good start here, coming in as the defending champion. He's 10th in the point stands and running inside the top 20 here tonight. See if there's been any battle for the lead. Noah Hart. Oh yeah, Noah Hart lost the lead. So as we've been cycling back through, Noah Hart lost the lead to Ann Dutta, but no sooner did Ann Dutta take the lead, but now they're going to be making pit stops here on lap 16 of 41. Dutta, Noah Hart coming down pit road. I don't know who the lead cycled over to. I'm trying to see who else is coming down. Dougie Shears, Joshua Michaels, James Silverfox. I think I saw Anthony McCurry coming down. So it looks like all the Kyotech Audis are coming down pit road. Both the Red Bull Toyotas are coming down. Let's see what the pit strategy is going to be on the 66. As the leader at the stripe that time was Richard Johnson. He was the first of the cars to stay out that lap. Right side tires going on the Best Buy Chevrolet. They're going to go for 4 tires. Yes, they are. It's a 4-tire stop for everybody. And I think Richard Johnson may be coming down now. Yes, he is. There's Trent Dunham coming down. Dunham, oh, maybe Dunham's leaving. I think Dunham just left pit road. Okay, I was going to say, either Dunham's falling a lap down, or he's exiting pit road. There's Jake Rogers on pit road. Kyle Corbett just leaving pit road as well. Sanford pulls into his pit stall. McCrory's actually pitting this lap. I thought he was pitting last lap, but it must have been somebody else I saw. See if anybody else stayed out that time. Yeah, one driver apparently stayed out. And it was the 15 of Cody Lamas, who finished dead last week at Phoenix and won the Mobile Cup Series race here last night as Johnson completes his service. There's Cody coming down pit road now, making his pit service. And I believe Cody Lamas is actually the last of the cars to pit, so he's completely off the pit sequence, stretched it an entire lap longer than everybody else. That may come into play here if we end up having another green flag pit stop, as now Cody's going to leave pit road. Let's see where exactly Cody's going to come out in relation to everybody else after the cycle of green flag pit stops. That may have been the leader we just heard going by. Yep, it was. And I think Dougie Shears may have emerged as the leader. Nope. Wait a minute. Ian Dutta is actually the leader again. After green flag pit stops, he's the leader by almost a full back straightaway. Holy cow. I don't know what caused everybody else to be so slow coming off pit road, but Ian Dutta's got a huge lead. As they cross the stripe, they should update the scoreboard. Ian Dutta is the leader. They will. Let's now give you a little run through the field after our first round of green flag pit stops. Dutta is the leader. Dougie Shears in second. Richard Johnson third. Noah Hart just moving by Joshua Michaels now. That's for fourth. Move Michaels back to fifth. Sixth is James Silverfox. Seventh is Harrison Langford. William Duncan eighth. Ninth place Jacob Lawler, and completing the top 10 is going to be Sean Henley. Last week's winner Andrea Erickson's 11th, Danny Wells in 12th. 13th place right now under contest, Drew Austin taking it away from Jake Rogers, and 15th place is Charles Sanford. McCurry runs 16th, 17th Chris Washer. Jessica Shelton's in 18th. 19th place will now be Trent Dunham, with Cody Lama slipping back to the 20th position. 21st place Megan Atkins, 22nd is Austin LaPlante. 23rd is Dylan Potey with Charles Jackson 24th, and 25th is Bob Jones. Kyle Matthews runs 26th. 27th is Kyle Corbett. Mary Cole's back in 28th. 29th, Ralph Mason. 30th, Nick Barney. 31st place under contest, that's Kenny McCurry and Michael Norman battling for that, with Jace McLeod behind them in 33rd. 34th place is Pichu London with Joshua Colley 35th. 36th, Cole Daly. 37th, Dylan Young. Sean Galligan's all the way back in 38th. 39th place is John Cittadino. Levi McIntyre is in 40th. Jake Cole 41st, and Dylan Schwallenberg all the way back in 42nd place. And then there's the leader, Ian Dutta. Now let's see where Schwallenberg is. Schwallenberg is just now in turn 3. Coming out of turn 2 is Ian Dutta. So there's still almost a full half a track that Ian Dutta has to go before he catches up to Dylan Schwallenberg. And the difference is that Schwallenberg is not a damaged race car. He is up to speed. So the likelihood that we hit lap traffic is not exactly good, but then again, stranger things have happened. Now, what all these drivers that are way back after these round and green flag pit stops are certainly hoping for is for a caution flag to maybe bunch them all back up. But right now, it's not looking like that's going to happen. As Ian Dutta, how much of a lead has he got? 2.5 seconds right now, they're saying, as the battle's on between Richard Johnson and Dougie Shears for second place. Let's see if they close up the gap between themselves and the 66 this lap, or is it going to grow? This time across the stripe, it grows by about 0.06 of a second. And so Ian Dutta, right now, things are definitely going his way. And I'll tell you, I've really been surprised at the rookie winners we've had this season. There's been a lot of them. If Ian Dutta goes to victory tonight, and I can't say that he's going to because we still have about, what do we have? We have 25 laps, no, I'm sorry, 15 laps to go. My apologies. Make it 16, actually. 15 when they hit the stripe again. But if Ian Dutta does go to victory lane, that'll be 9 races in which we have had, I believe, 5 rookie winners. 3 straight in Truck Series and 2 here in Snickers Cup. The only series where there has not been a rookie race winner yet is the Mobile One Cup Series. That's where we had Dylan Young, Drew Austin, and Cody Lamas, all Mobile Cup Series veterans, go to victory lane. So that's pretty good odds for rookies if you ask me. 5 out of 9 races. As Richard Johnson has been able to clear Dougie Shears, move him into second, and now the lead may start to be cut down here as Johnson's now cleared Dougie Shears and has opened up a little bit of daylight between himself and the 83. Yep, he cut it down by a full 10th, maybe about a 10th and a half, because right now he is only just a little over 2.2 seconds back. So now as Richard Johnson begins to try and run down Ian Dutta, the question is there enough time to do so? I don't know exactly. Let's see this next time around here. Richard Johnson gonna hit the stripe. Does he cut down the lead anymore? That time he cut it down by 0.2 of a second. So Richard Johnson, if he can keep the 83 out of his rearview mirror and not have to get involved in the tussle for second place, the odds of him running down Ian Dutta may be pretty good. You also got to keep in mind, most of these drivers came down pit road on lap 16. From lap 16 to 20. Which means they should be making pit stops again within the next 3 to 5 laps, I would think. Will that come into play? Would someone be willing to go with a gas and go in order to try and close up track position on Ian Dutta? We're going to have to find out, as there's going to be 31 of 41 laps completed here at the stripe, 11 laps to go, and Ian Dutta really looking strong. And just think if he can pick up the win here tonight, because he is 6th in the point standings, 3rd in rookie points, and he only comes into this race 15 points back from Charles Sanford. So Ian Dutta, really, this is a big opportunity for him tonight. And as I've said all season long in these first 3 races, this is when you want to start making your moves, because it's easier to move up through the standings quicker if you win races early on in the season rather than win them on later on in the season nearing the chase. 1.3, that is the gap between Ian Dutta and Richard Johnson right now, and obviously the experience factor, if it comes down between those two, goes to Richard Johnson. Richard Johnson trying to get Dodge into victory lane for the first time this season. Ian Dutta trying to get Chevy into victory lane for the second time this season. Right now, the gap this time, did it close up anymore? It was closed up by 0.3 of a second. Richard Johnson is definitely much, much faster than Ian Dutta is. And now with my calculations, we only have about maybe 3-4 laps, and we're going to have ourselves a battle for the lead. Well, forget that. Ian Dutta just gave up the lead. He's coming to pit road. An interesting strategy, too. Dutta's coming all by himself. A congested pit road can be a problem. Dutta may be short pitting here. Looks like Silver Fox is coming down. Langford, Michaels, and Jacob Lawler. Lots of others as well. But that just turned the lead over to Richard Johnson. Now remember, Cody Lamas ended up having a money stop here last night in the Snickers Cup Series. This is Ian Dutta's do-or-die time, or his pit crew's do-or-die time, if you will. Let's see what happens here as he pulls into his pit stall. What are they going to do? They're going to go right sides on the Best Buy Chevy. Are they going to go a full 4 tires because we've only got 8 laps to go? Nope, 2 tires stop and he's down the way. Silver Fox did the same strategy, so did Harrison Langford. Now Richard Johnson, let's see if he's coming to pit road. No, he actually stayed out another lap. Now he's coming to pit road. And he's coming actually rather slow. I don't know if maybe he might have stretched it a little too far. Did Johnson make a mistake there? Oh, he's coming really, really slow. He has to maintain 45 miles per hour. William Duncan did not really close up the gap between himself and Richard Johnson, though, so maybe Johnson's okay. He's got Dylan Young up ahead that he's got to make sure he doesn't get slowed up behind. Looks like he's okay coming down pit road, still able to maintain 45, 44 miles per hour, and now pulls into his pit stall. So the big question is, oh, I heard someone scrape somebody. Wait a minute. Was there an incident here on pit road? Or maybe not. Johnson down and away, William Duncan right behind him. Now let's see where Ian Dutta's going to come out in relation to the 93. Both of them looked like they had pretty good pit stops, gone on and off pit road fairly well. Is that Ian Dutta coming out of turn 2? Let's find out here. Johnson almost looked like he had trouble getting through the gears. Here he comes, and he's going to be able to get out ahead of Ian Dutta. Dutta to the high side. Dutta's going to get by. Richard Johnson was not able to have the money stop happen, and now Dougie Shears kind of gets held up, having to go around the outside of the 93. So Dutta is going to still be the leader after the cycle of pit stops. Dougie Shears into second. Wait a minute, they're scoring somebody else as the leader. Is that Cody again? Yeah, Cody Lama staying out an extra lap again. Silver Fox now moved to third. Johnson to fourth. Fifth is Noah Hart. Erickson in sixth. Seventh is Langford. Eighth, William Duncan. Ninth is Henley. And Joshua Michaels now completes the top 10 as laps are ticking down now. Ian Dutta now is scored as the leader after Cody Lamas made a pit stop, and there's going to be a total of 4 laps to go here tonight. The gap between Ian Dutta and Dougie Shears is 0.7 of a second. Let's see here. Silver Fox is all over the back bumper of Dougie Shears, though. If Silver Fox starts to make a case for second place, Ian Dutta may be home free. Here they come down to the front straightaway to the stripe. Did Dougie Shears cut into Ian Dutta's lead at all? He cut it down by 0.2 of a second. That's not going to be enough, though. Dougie's got to cut it down by about 0.3 of a second a lap if he's even going to get to the back bumper of the 66. 3 laps to go. Silver Fox still seems content to ride behind the 83. That allows the 83 to get more drafting help coming on the front straightaway and back straightaways to help close up the gap. The gap is slowly closing with 2 to go, and this time it's 0.3 of a second, but here comes Silver Fox. Silver Fox is not going to wait any longer. He dives to the inside on Dougie Shears. This could have handed the win over to Ian Dutta. The last thing that Dougie Shears needed was Silver Fox hounding him for second, but wait a minute, the gap still seems to be closing in between those two and Ian Dutta. White flag will be displayed this time. Is the gap going to close, or will it still remain at 0.3? This time at the stripe, the gap is going to be 0.4 of a second. That battle for second just gave a little bit more of a cushion to the 66. Ian Dutta, in only his 3rd Snickers Cup Series start, may be en route to his first Snickers Cup Series win, as now Dougie Shears seems to have slipped back. He lost a spot to James Silverfox, lost a spot to Richard Johnson, and coming out of turn 4 for the final time. It was all pit strategy and fancy footwork. Ian Dutta is going to win the Kobalt Tools 400 tonight here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And look at that run that Silver Fox got on him. Coming here into turn 1. Who knows, if this thing had gone into one more lap, Silver Fox may very well have had something to say about tonight's win. It's too bad Silver Fox didn't make that move on Dougie Shears one lap earlier, or we may have actually had a good tussle for the win between Dutta and Silver Fox. But Ian Dutta is going to become the second straight rookie winner here in the Snickers Cup Series. 6th in the points for the 66, and I think he's going to be sitting even better in the point standings after this victory here tonight. First win of the season for Stewart Haas Racing, and what a great win it was. Ian Dutta, after getting the lead away from Noah Hart, he made 2 solid pit stops, got himself out there. They tried chipping into his lead, but apparently it just wasn't enough, and Ian Dutta hangs on here tonight for the victory. James Silver Fox, nice runner-up spot for him. This will move him back into the top 10 in points, I'm pretty sure, as he gets second. Richard Johnson, nice comeback after I think he actually had a bit of a stutter getting onto pit road and then a bit of a stutter getting off pit road. Still a solid third-place run for him. He could move inside the top 10 in points here tonight. Dougie Shears, nice run for him here tonight. Really needed it after coming in 29th in points. And Noah Hart, very nice run for the guy who comes 11th in points. The pole sitter going to finish 5th here this evening. Nice follow-up run for Andrea Erickson after her win last week at Phoenix. She gets 6th. Harrison Langford, nice to see him get a good run tonight. He's been having a lot of tough luck in all 3 series. He gets a solid run of 7th. William Duncan in 8th. Sean Henley hung on for 9th. And Joshua Michaels gets both the Red Bull cars top 10 finishes here tonight, finishing in the 10th position. Now we got to find out where exactly Charles Sanford and Bob Jones finished. Andrea Erickson is the highest running of the of the highest running in the standings, but I think that Ian Dutta would pass Andrea Erickson in the point standings with the win tonight. So let's see if Ian Dutta finished in the win column tonight. I believe that Charles Sanford, Bob Jones have to finish inside the top 15. Let's see where they finished. Sanford finished the evening in 16th position. Not a bad run for him. Bob Jones finished in 27th place. So it's going to be awfully close, I think, between Ian Dutta and Charles Sanford. It'll be interesting to see exactly what the points will look like heading into next week. Will Sanford still survive, or will Ian Dutta be the new points leader atop the Snickers Cup Series standings with his good run here tonight? Hope you guys enjoyed this evening's race. We are finished with Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We'll head on next to our 4th race weekend, which is coming from the Milwaukee Mile. Hope you'll be tuning in for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this evening's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, become part of the crew today. Congratulations once again to Ian Dutta on his first career Snickers Cup Series win, as he takes the checkers tonight in the Kobalt Tools 400. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA, Offline Racing at its best.